Art, a nonprofit entity. For the 39th year, 250 rolling art cars will take over the city's streets at 2 p.m. Saturday, April 11th. The parade officially begins at the intersection of Dallas and Bagby Streets on Allen Parkway, heading into downtown before circling City Hall and heading outbound onto Allen Parkway. The parade is open to the public. More information is at thehoustonartcarparade.com.
Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthis, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Hi, this is Clint Broussard from Blues and Hi-Fi, and you are listening to 90.1 FM KPFT, Houston.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
And welcome to the Prison Show. I guess the light is off again, David.
Sorry, I turned the button on. That's all I can do.
I was just looking at it like...
It's kind of weird.
When am I supposed to talk?
I just automatically assumed you knew because I had the button on.
Yeah. No, I didn't. The light is off. So, need to make a note of that to get that fixed, because I'm... Look at him. David didn't believe me. He's looking around.
I was trying to work on it.
So, tonight is Friday, April the 3rd. It is Good Friday if you celebrate, if you're a Christian. I don't want to get in trouble, so I'll just keep it at that, okay?
And there's some other holidays that are today, too, even if you're not a Christian, right?
I thought they were earlier.
There's some time during this time.
Yes, so...
Celebrating spring and...
Passover.
All kinds of neat
yeah,
stuff.
there's all kind of stuff going on. But David's dropping things. We are a few people short this evening, so...
David's an octopus.
David will have to be an octopus this evening. So Miss Linda is not feeling well, so she is took tonight off. But if you have her number, do not call her. Let her rest. Do not do it. So she's not feeling good. So she's not here. Athena is not here. Ken is not here. Joanne is not here. But what we do have is Paul Morgan and Maya.
Maha Ghyas.
I was calling you Maya.
That's
Maha Ghyas.
Yes.
That is that's an interesting name.
Thank you.
Very interesting. And then we have the Italian Coalition in the background, and they are going to be on in a little while. And then, as you know, I was complaining at David. So David's here, and that was my vibrating. I know he's in there. I told her not to have her phone on.
I told you where to stick it.
Yes, you did. I'm going to tell him where to stick it. So anyway, tonight, David, as usual, has lined up a great show. Let's see. Dr. Amite Dominick. She is the president and founder at Texas Prisons Community Advocates. Chivas Watson in Mass Incarceration, Houston, and Working Group 512. Chiara and Julia. They are here with the Italian Coalition to abolish the death penalty. And tonight is Linda and I's segment, minus Linda. So it's going to be me. So we're going to do, I'm going to do the Death Row Angels segment. And so we got a full show packed.
And Paul and Maha are going to fill in.
That's what they are filling in.
That's what we're here to do.
That's right. So let us get to Dr. Amite first. Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm hanging on in there. I have to say, honestly, I'm exhausted from this week. That court case. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It 8:30 a.m. till anywhere between 5 and 6 every day. The judge gave us the day off today, which was great, so I got to catch up on a few things. But, yeah, it's been pretty intense recently.
So what's been going on? Tell us about it.
So, first of all, we've got fabulous attorneys. I mean, the team of attorneys that are working on this are just, they're so heartfelt, they're so dedicated. They're up midnight plus getting everything ready for these.
Did we lose her?
I think we lost her. Are you there?
Hello.
Dr. Amite.
The shout out to everybody behind those walls.
Okay.
Who have
you broke up for a little while. We couldn't hear you. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Repeat what you just said.
I was saying the attorneys. The attorneys are absolutely wonderful. They're up, around the clock, getting everything ready for this case, and they're just so organized and so heartfelt in their efforts. I want to give a general shout out to everybody behind those walls who have sent us your grievances, who sent those things to the attorneys, who've documented what's been going on with the heat. Because, out here, especially with TPCA, when we have capacity to get back to folks, we do, and we don't have capacity or volunteers, we can't. But your information is still vital. It's still being used in these cases, and it's just so important. So, just major shout out to everybody who's been doing their own personal advocacy while they've been behind those walls.
Dr.
Some
Amite,
things that... Yeah.
Tell us who the lawyers are and tell us what they're working on.
Oh gosh, I'm going to miss names if I do that. But there's so many things that they're working on. We've got Erica Grossman, Kevin Homiak, Toby, Chris. We've got over 12 attorneys, and I'm so bad with names. I hate to leave out anybody. Jeff Edwards. And his team, they've been working on, the focus has really been a lot about the people who've unfortunately passed away due to the heat. So we've heard a lot of testimony on that. We've also had some stellar experts. Dr. Susie Blasco is just one of them that comes to my mind. Michelle Deitch, Professor Deitch, has been another expert. And so they've been talking about, TDCJ doesn't like to admit that there's heat deaths, right? And so there's been a lot of discussion about that. There's been a lot of discussion about the temperature logs the falsified temperature logs. So the judge has been very interested in that conversation. TDCJ, of course, is talking about the efforts that they've put forth, things like the changes in AD 1064, and, of course, things like the heat scores. One of the things that came up about the heat score is that it's woefully lacking. A lot of the diagnoses that haven't been on there should be on there. And we saw that with the preliminary case. TDCJ added a few more, but they're still severely lacking. And I want to say to the folks inside,
why is it that they're lacking? Is it a lack of training, or is it just a lack of record keeping? Have they said?
Can y'all speak up?
Sure.
If I'm going to be brutally honest, I think it starts with the person that had them. They used as an advisor to create the heat scores. They just left a lot of things out. In the prelim trial, like that particular expert didn't even realize or wasn't willing to admit that something like diabetes, it makes you highly susceptible to heat illness. You know, she said it wasn't even in the literature. Well, that's a simple Google search. Everybody knows that. So some of the experts they relied on, I think, has been problematic. They've added a few diagnoses since then to the heat score. So I want to encourage folks in the inside to definitely go see their doctors, because the other thing about the heat score we've got to realize is that it changes daily. So depending on what is going on with that individual's physiology, there's going to be a change in that heat score. And so you've got to kind of go through the list, and I believe that should be on the tablets now for some of the medical issues, and make sure that you're reporting your medical issues so that you can actually get a proper heat score.
Dr. Amite, tell us what the temperatures look like inside these TDCJ units, and tell us how long the temperature lasts.
Well, that depends on the unit and the time of year, actually. I'll say that the temperature logs have been found to be lacking. So during the preliminary hearing, one of the things that Judge Pittman did is he actually went to NOAA, and TDCJ had said that the temperature was one thing, I can't remember the actual number, and it actually was much hotter that day. So we've gone through those temperature logs in detail, and they've found several discrepancies for that. Now, so far as how hot it actually gets in there, to the best of my recollection, the highest temperature log I've ever seen was 150 at the Hughes unit in 2011.
Like 150 degrees?
150 heat index. Yeah. Most of the media reports it as 149, but if you actually look at the log, it says 150.
I feel like that's hot enough to, kill somebody.
It's absolutely hot enough to kill somebody. And TDCJ wants to say that these deaths are not related to heat when we've got people who have passed away whose internal body temperatures or core body temperatures were upwards of 108 degrees.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, it's
so we're definitely
significant.
cooking people. Yes, especially if there's where it varies is things like we know in Texas we get triple-digit heat, right? And we get heat domes. So then you're talking about heat over several days at those extreme temperatures. And then with Texas, it's not just about the heat, it's also about that humidity, because that humidity is not letting the body sweat, and you need your body to sweat and that sweat to evaporate so that you can actually cool off.
So is the unit making the heat increase because of environmental factors, or is it just because Texas is so hot?
So I think that there are because I've talked to engineers, and some of them have said because the buildings are made of concrete and steel, those are things that an oven is made out of. Those are things that are designed to trap heat. So the unit itself typically is making it even hotter. I can tell you just from experience from having our mock prison cell, right? And our mock prison cell is made out of wood. But it's a 6x9 cell. It traps that heat in there. We have cracks in the wood. So we get limited ventilation, and I can tell you we've gotten temperatures higher than 120. I can't tell you how much higher than 120 because 120 is where my thermometer stopped.
Wow. Wow.
And that's just putting it out in the sun.
At Hutchins State Jail, I was the HVAC tech, and I would see it get up to 140 degrees in the day room with all the fans and everything going. And then on the bird unit, we had some thermometers that were in the pipe chases where the inmates couldn't see them, but the officers could see them, and it would get up to 150 degrees easy in the summertime.
Are the officers suffering this heat too?
Yep, they sure are.
Yes. I'll never forget the first time we had the mock style at the Capitol. We had officers who came with us, and they had the family members in tears talking about what they have to go through. So they're absolutely suffering. We get letters from the folks behind the walls and even their family members who are concerned about officers, who will say things like, Officer so-and-so passed out. Do you know if they're okay? Officer so-and-so's pregnant. I don't know how they're making it in that heat.
So I saw on the news that, I don't know if it was through testimony or how, but that it would cost more than $1.5 billion to cool the different units to, I guess, maybe a humane level or a livable level. Is there any kind of, or are there any suggestions on what can be done to alleviate some of the heat issues that are happening in the different units?
So, first of all, that number has increased. When I first started this back in 2019, and that's my first legislative, I actually started working on this prior to that. I think the original fiscal tag was $1.1 billion. Then it went up to 1.2. Then it went up to 1.3, and now it's 1.5, which I find troublesome at the very least, considering TDCJ has put more cool beds in. So you would think that that number would go down as opposed to going higher. Now, when you're talking about the mitigating factors, which I assume that's what you're getting at, other things to help alleviate, we've demonstrated that that doesn't work. The folks inside have sent us the surveys. They've let us know about those mitigating factors. First of all, TDCJ doesn't have enough staff to fully implement them. That's why they have things like the heat strike team, and I do want to talk about the heat strike team at some point just for the folks inside. We get letters from folks inside that talk about the water, not getting the water, that the water has bugs in it, it's unsanitary, things of those natures. Hands down, the experts in the field, the medical experts in the field will tell you that the best option is to put air conditioning throughout the prisons. That alleviates all this unnecessary work that even TDCJ has to do. It's burdensome on them. It's burdensome on the officers. It's not doing the job to really cool people down in the prisons. It should be your worst case scenario if everything else fails. That's when the mitigating factors should actually kick in. It should not be the first line of defense because it's woefully ineffective. And multiple states would align with this. Multiple experts would align with that. The fans, even at a certain degree, it's really like a convection oven. So it's really less helpful than it would be helpful. At some degrees, that you get a little bit of relief, right? And some of it is psychological relief. At other degrees, it's actually more harmful for your body.
Wait, are you saying that there are units that don't have AC? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that over 70% of TDCJ facilities do not have full air conditioning at 104 current units.
Whoa.
That's what the lawsuit's all about.
That changes daily because TDCJ is putting in beds. So one minute I might look at it and it says 69%. The next day I'm back up to 70% because they're actually expanding their capacity while all this is happening.
Now, what were you going to say about the heat strike team?
A heat strike team is very important for the folks inside. Now, that's something that started, I believe it was either late 2023 or 2024, where there is a designated TDCJ heat strike team that is supposed to be going to all the units, and they do things like check to make sure that the mitigating factors are in alignment, and they are supposed to be speaking to incarcerated individuals about these circumstances. So if a member of the heat strike comes to you and you're in the inside, make sure you let them know things like you didn't get any water, so-and-so almost passed out. The correct circulars aren't up on the walls for people to read them. Make sure that you're knowing that. So in order for you to really give them a intelligent answer, you need to study AD 1064. AD 1064 is the Bible for the heat, for the folks inside, right? It tells you exactly what TDCJ is supposed to be doing. I think they're coming out with a new protocol soon, is what I gathered from the hearing. And it tells you what is supposed to be there, but we know that policy doesn't always equal practice. So when it comes to writing your grievances, which we still want you to continue to do, definitely, we want you to look through that document and be able to describe exactly what's lacking.
Well, Dr. Amite, we appreciate you being on. How can people get in touch with you?
Let me give you the address. One quick last sentence. That heat waiver that, means you don't have to be in a cool bed. TPCA stance, I'm telling the folks inside, is don't do it. This stuff is deadly. It's not worth your life. Don't sign that waiver if you can. And of course, it's everybody's choice. Address. We've got a new address, too. So it's 13740 North Highway 183, Suite L, like in Larry, 2, and that's Austin, Texas, 78750. One more time, because it's a long one. 13740 North Highway 183, Suite L, like in Larry, and the number 2, Austin, Texas, 78750. One last thing I want to tell the folks inside. I've been quiet for a while. We've been doing a lot of restructuring with the organization. We're trying to make it more efficient for the folks inside, and we're getting ready to do those mock sale events.
And we look forward to those, Amite. It shows the world how it feels in there.
Oh, one last thing if I can. April 15th to October 31st. That's when AD 1064 really kicks in. That's when the heat protocols kick in.
Yes, ma'am. I was going to announce that tonight because they're putting out videos. But we appreciate you being on. We appreciate you being on so much.
Okay, thank you guys. Have
Thank
a good
you.
night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Now it's time for Chivas Watson. How are you, Chivas?
Hey, Miss Dani, and peace and blessings to all of our listeners around Houston, across Texas, but also around the world, tuned into the prison show on KPFT 90.1 FM tonight. This is Chivas Watson, Executive Director of Working Group 512, as well as your in-mass incarceration Houston reporter. And tonight, I stand before you during Second Chance Month, not just as a speaker, not just as an advocate, but as a living witness. A witness to what it means to be counted out. A witness to what it means to be locked away. And a witness to what it takes to come home and still have to fight. Because let me say this clearly from the start. A past does not define a future. Maybe to some it does. To some of us, that's just not the case. And for some of us, let's be real. This isn't our second chance. This is our 8th, our 9th, our 10th chance. But the power of another chance can redeem lost time and build a future nobody thought was possible. Now let's tell the truth. Because while we celebrate second chances, the system does not honor them. Across this country, and right here in Texas, we are still seeing overcrowded prisons, inhumane conditions like the good doctor spoke of, and systems that punish people long after they've served their time. Families are still waiting on justice. Communities are still over-policed. And too many people are still dying behind walls that were never designed to rehabilitate them. And even when people come home, that's when a different kind of sentence begins. Let me ground this in truth. In Halfway Home, Race, Punishment, and the Aftermath of Mass Incarceration, Dr. Reuben Jonathan Miller makes it clear. Mass incarceration does not end at release. It follows people home. He calls it carceral citizenship, where even after you've served your time, you're still marked, still restricted, still under watch, locked out of jobs, denied housing, blocked from opportunity, and one small mistake, one small misunderstanding, one technical violation can send you right back. So what we call freedom is often conditional. Now let's bring that into Second Chance Month. Again, we celebrate second chances, but the system does not guarantee them. A real second chance is not just release. It's access. It's dignity. It's the ability to rebuild without constant punishment. Here in Texas, we're seeing that Robert Morris, former spiritual leader of Donald Trump, for a sexual offense was released after 6 months incarcerated, right? Well, when he comes home, what's the chance that he'll have a second chance? What's the propensity? What's the percentage? Anybody in the comments, feel free to let me know. But let's compare that with guys who are serving 35 years or life sentences in the state of Texas for marijuana possession. Again, we celebrate second chances, but the system does not guarantee them. So the question becomes, are we truly giving people a second chance, or are we releasing them into a system designed to make them fail? I think most of us sees that that's the truth. And before we go any further, I want to take this moment because this matters. In the name of second chances, I want to lift up and shout out Darius Elam, Jeremy Busby, Ruben Gutierrez, Malik Jakovic, Devin Anderson, Edgar Garcia, and Javier Quintero, as well as every single person inside who has written to us, who has called in and left voicemails, or who we've been able to correspond with directly. We see you and we hear you, and you are not forgotten. Keep your heads high, because your life still has value and your story is still being written. Now let's talk about what's happening right now in Florida. James Duckett's execution warrant is set to expire because the Florida Supreme Court has ordered additional legal briefing on DNA evidence in his case. That means the state cannot move forward under the current warrant, because even at the edge of an irreversible decision, the system had to pause, because truth still matters. But now we turn to Texas. James Broadnaw, scheduled to be executed on April 30th, 2026, and this case is not settled. It is contested. There are serious concerns surrounding the reliability of his confession, reports that DNA evidence does not place him on the weapon, and testimony pointing to another individual. And this is no longer just a Texas issue. This case has drawn international attention. Human rights organizations, faith communities, and advocates across the globe are calling for this execution to be stopped. So tonight, I'm not just informing you, I'm asking you to act. There is an active petition right now calling on the state of Texas, the Board of Pardons and Paroles, and Governor Greg Abbott to stop the execution of James Broadnaw and allow a full review of the evidence. If your political candidate is running in the midterms, I invite you to ask them to join the fight to stop executions in Texas. Because again, if you believe in justice, if you believe in second chances, if you believe that no life should be taken when the truth is still in question, then take action and sign James's petition, share James's petition. His wife, Tiana, is doing a fantastic job at advocating for him through all digital means. But speak James's name. You'd be surprised that a lot of people are not hip to the news. I think even Paul was asking some clarifying questions earlier when Dr. Amite was talking. A lot of us are without just the direct facts regarding some of this stuff. And look, time is not on James's side. And while we're on the subject of justice and accountability, I also want to encourage everyone listening to go back and check out my last In Mass Incarceration segment from February 27th. In that segment, I interviewed Sister Jacelette Griffin, the mother of Evan Griffin Lee. Evan was a young man who was wrongfully arrested and then killed inside the Harris County Jail in March of 2021. That conversation matters because it exposes the reality that injustice doesn't happen at sentencing. It can happen at every stage of the system, including custody itself. And those stories, those truths must be heard. Let me speak directly to those listening right now. Behind the walls, in halfway houses, on ankle monitors, trying to figure out how to rebuild life. You are not your worst mistake. You are not the label they gave you. You are not the number they assigned us. And even if the system tries to define you, you still have the power to redefine yourself. And to those that are in power, that want to rise to power, if you believe in second chances, then build systems that make them real. Because without access, without opportunity, without dignity, a second chance is just something people say, not something people actually live in Texas. So as we move through Second Chance Month, let this be truth we carry forward. Some of us are on our 8th chance. Some of us are on our 9th chance. But every single chance matters, because every chance is an opportunity to redeem what was lost, to rebuild what was broken, and to become who we were always meant to be. Our pasts do not indicate our future. And if we are bold enough, committed enough, and just enough, we can build a world where a second chance is not rare here in these days, but real. And if you believe in this work, if you believe in restoring lives, supporting families, and creating real second chances in our communities and support the mission, you can donate directly via Cash App at $ Working Group 512. You can also mail us any support or any letters or any correspondence or any questions to 6633 US 290 East, Suite 307, Austin, Texas 78723. And stay connected with us. Follow us on Instagram at Working Group 512, or use the hashtag WG512 to see the work and share the mission. I also invite you to donate and support the prison show. Every Friday, we're bringing you this boots on the ground, shovel ready information. Buy a t-shirt, share the post. Ask some of your elders or old school listeners, would you listen to an HD1 broadcast with me? We need to share this show. This show is now all over the world. All over the world. In different units, different carceral units. I invite you to not only be a supporter of Working Group 512 and the In Mass Incarceration Houston series, but absolutely KPFT 90.1 FM Houston and the Prison Show. Again, this is Chivas Watson, your In Mass Incarceration Houston reporter, Executive Director of Working Group 512. And this has been the Prison Show, In Mass Incarceration Fridays on KPFT 90.1 FM. Stay strong, stay focused, and never stop fighting for freedom. Ms. Dani, I'm not going to hang up.
You're not going to hang up?
I'm not going to hang up immediately.
All right. I was fixing to say, let's hang him up.
I had my finger poised.
I know that's right, man. It's always a pleasure to speak with you all. Safe travels as we lift up our friends, and as we continue to appreciate the second chances that you, Miss Dani, and Miss Linda, and you, David, that y'all create not only with this show but out there in the community.
Well, thank you, Chivas, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. He hung up. Or did you hang him up?
I hung him up. He said goodbye.
He said goodbye.
Holla.
All right, holla. Holla. Okay, we have the Italian Coalition. They are stepping up to the mics. They are coming. They are headed this way. And, of course, that was always interesting information that Chivas Watson had for us. And all the time, we always love Dr. Amite, all the information that she has. Real quick, I wanted to emphasize that red brick buildings for the heat index is much higher. It gets a lot hotter in red brick buildings, which, of course, as we all know, Texas has quite a few of them. Right, David? I think they have.
Bird unit, Wind unit. East Ham,
Huntsville,
Ellis, Huntsville unit. Most of the older prisons are all red brick buildings. It's like an oven.
Yeah, it's like an oven. That's right. All right. They're up to the mics. Make sure you get on top of the mic.
Speak up. Speak from your diaphragm.
So what are y'all... Well, introduce yourselves.
Okay, we are members of the Italian Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty. And our association was founded in 1997. And it's a non-profit organization who operates in defense of human rights and works for the abolition of the death penalty. We are all volunteers, and most of us correspond with death row inmates. and this is how I started. I started corresponding when I was 15. I received a newsletter from Amnesty International, and there I found a letter a request of correspondence from a guy on Texas death row. His name was Tyrone Fuller, and I started corresponding with him. We built a great friendship, but unfortunately it ended in 1999, in July, when he was executed. After that, I decided that I wanted to do more, to be more informed, so I went on the internet. I found the Italian Coalition, the website, so I contacted them, and I went to one of their meetings in Naples. And I immediately fell in love with them because of their way of saying things, of their point of view and their values. And so I became a member, and after that, after a while, a member of the board of directors. And since last November, I became the president of the association.
Oh, congratulations. I did not know that.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations.
Yes. Ariana stepped up because he said it was the right moment to do that, and so, yes. After my friend's death, I kept on corresponding, but I lost so many friends over the years, and I even witnessed 2 of their executions, the one of Anthony Fuentes in 2004, and the one of Willie Shannon in 2006, and it was a crazy year because my daughter was born, but after a while my mother-in-law, who was like a mother to me, she died. And then I got separated, so it was a terrible year for me, apart from her. And so I said, okay, I cannot stand that. I cannot take any more pain, and so I decided not to correspond for a while. I kept on working in the coalition, but I just was doing my job, but not. Corresponding was too hard for me at that time. I then decided to write again, but I felt like it was not as it was in the past, because I later realized that it was just me, the problem. I was not giving all of myself because I was scared of suffering. And so that was the main problem. Some years ago, I decided to write an Easter card to another person, and a new Tyrone came into my life. His name is Tyrone Jamal Williams. And our relationship grew stronger, and I can really rely on him. He can do the same with me. And our relationship is very special, and I thank God every time that, I send that Easter Bunny card. And, what I wanted to say is also that we created, together with the Death Penalty Action, a petition for better conditions on Texas death row, and we are asking for updating the visits, updating the number of contacts on the visits. So instead of 10 people on their visitation list, to have 20, like in general population, yes, and to update the visiting list every 3 months and not every 6 months. And also to extend the time for the phone conversations, so they can call from morning to evening and not just from 2 to 8. And so please, you can go on our website and share it and sign it, because we need as many signatures as possible. And maybe I can send you the link of our website and the petition, so you can share it on Facebook. Okay, thank you. And before letting Julia talk, I would like to send a belated birthday message.
Really belated Christmas.
Exactly. Belated birthday message to Tyrone Jamal Williams on behalf of the coalition. And please keep strong and keep your head up. That's it.
Okay. So I will tell a bit about my history in the coalition. Since I'm here with my mom, it might be taken for granted that I'm against the death penalty, but that's not true, since my biological father, was not against the death penalty. So I grew up in an environment where I could live both their views. So on one side...
You got to speak up, sweetie. I can't hear you.
You can hear me. Like this? Is it better?
I can hear you now.
Now you can hear me.
Now I can hear you. You got to speak up. Yeah.
Okay. Like I start all over again?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was telling about my history, which is very short, but since I'm here with my mom, it might be taken for granted that I'm against the death penalty, which is not, because my biological father has always been not against the death penalty. So I grew up in an environment where I had both the views. On one side, my mom, which is against the death penalty. On the other side, my father, who is not against the death penalty. So not to argue with him, I decided not to ask him to start a correspondence with a death row inmate. So I waited until I was 18, which in Italy is the legal age before you can start taking your own decisions. But I still didn't want to argue with him, so I waited until I was 19 years old, which is when I started corresponding with, as I call him, Guglielmo. His name is William, but I call him Guglielmo. And I'm so glad I started corresponding. I remember the first time I sent the first letter, I was so anxious, and I was like, Mom, is he going to answer me back? How are we going to talk? What are we going to talk about? And truth is, it really comes out naturally because he talks so much. So he allows me to talk even much as him. So I'm always glad when I visit him, because I visit him many times. And before going there, I'm always like, what am I going to talk about? That's him. He's going to do the talking. I'm going to do the talking after him, because he helps me to be more relaxed when I'm there. And I remember when I was a freshman, I wrote an essay about how was against the death penalty, which we don't have in Italy. But still, I did this essay, and it was a couple of years ago. And I started participating in my mom's meetings in high school with the Italian Coalition, with Arianna as well, which was here last year. And usually talk about my history, so like my father's and my mom's views of the death penalty. And I usually talk about my friendship with Will. And since I'm the youngest, I usually get more attention from my peers, because they see that I almost, like I'm 20, they're almost 16, 17 years old. So they're like, she's almost our age. We can listen to her experience since she's closer to us. So I noticed that they listen when I talk about how I met William, how the visitor and everything. So I'm glad that they listen to me, and I can share my experience and my story. And we also got a letter from Patrick from Indiana. So we wanted to thank you for your letter, and we wanted to let you know that we will let you know as soon as we find a friend for you. And we also wanted to wish a happy birthday, or as we say, a buon compleanno, to everyone that's going to have their birthday this month. We usually we used to send a personal message to everyone, but we thought it might be nicer if we do it with our voice. So the Italian Coalition wants to say a buon compleanno to many people, which are Clarence, Eric, Richard, Howard, Harvey, Ronald Jr., Areli, and Ronald. And we would like to wish you strength and send positive thoughts on this day and always, of course. So remember that you are not forgotten, and that there are people thinking about you. So, buon compleanno!
Yay! That was awesome. And you know what? I love the part about the increasing the visitation list, but general population only has 10.
Really?
Yeah. Now they have 20 on their phone list.
Okay.
On their phone list.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Y'all do. Y'all do. So, yes, I think everyone on Texas Death Row would love the ability to have 20 people, because they're forced to
choose.
To choose,
exactly.
You know, someone on that. They have to have visitation and phone list to match.
Exactly.
So they can't have someone on their phone list that isn't on their visitation.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I love that. Love it, love it, love it.
So everybody sign and share, please.
From the Italian Coalition.
Yes.
Yes, yes. All right. Now, since Miss Linda is not here, I neglected to bring a poem. I don't know what poem she was going to bring. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get through this, and then David's going to have some break songs.
Blame it on David.
You know it. I always blame it on David. That's right. It's always his fault. All right. Good evening, everyone on Texas Death Row and everyone else listening. According to the custodial death report from the Texas Attorney General, TDCJ has reported 205 deaths since January 1st. And again, this does not include county jail information. Since April 1st, there have been 5 deaths. And that's when I looked this morning. So March had 70 deaths, February had 55, and January had 75. So that brought the total to 205 deaths within TDCJ as of this morning. I didn't look later in the afternoon. You can see the same information that I am seeing. Go to Custodial Death Report website. It is updated every day, all day, well, every work day. So those numbers may change depending on when the death report is given to the Attorney General. County information is on there too. However, county can take months to report, so just be aware of that. Transparency matters. Accountability matters. Pay attention, ask questions, and speak up. Don't forget to speak up. No voice is too small, like my friend Leroy says. So right now there are 4 scheduled executions in Texas and 15 across the United States between now and the end of 2026, according to the Death Penalty Information Center. There have been 7 executions this year, with 4 being in Florida. If you're looking for action beyond showing up, but we need you to show up too, don't forget that, head over to the Death Penalty Action website. They have active petitions available on every single execution. deathpenaltyaction.org. The next execution scheduled in Texas, James Broadnax, is scheduled for April the 30th and is out of Dallas County. And I think Chivas said it perfectly. Your wife, man, she is a firecracker for sure. She's getting your story out, and we applaud her. Edward Busby is scheduled for May the 14th and is out of Tarrant County. We have a new execution that has been scheduled. Jamal Howard has recently been added to the schedule with a October 7th date. He is out of Hardin County. John Rubio is scheduled for November the 12th and is out of Cameron County. Charles Flores, as you know, there has been a flurry of briefs filed at the Supreme Court on your behalf, not to mention news reports. I guess Texas needed some time to regroup because they asked for an extension to reply on April 2nd. As we know, when they ask for an extension, they get it. So just wanted to let you know that. Richard Vasquez, on March the 20th, you were docketed at the Supreme Court coming out of the 5th Circuit. You also filed a petition for writ of habeas corpus at the District Court on March the 20th. You filed a response in opposition to the opposed motion to transfer your case to the 5th Circuit. Rodney Reed, I think everyone across the world knows you were denied at the Supreme Court on March the 23rd, coming out of the 5th Circuit. But I am aware that you've got a lot of things in the wood pile. Victor Saldano, on March the 23rd, you were scheduled for conference on March the 27th, but you were not heard, so you will be rescheduled. Damon Blunson, on March the 23rd, you were denied by the Supreme Court coming out of the CCA. James Broadnax, on March the 25th, the Supreme Court scheduled you for conference on April 17th, but you filed a reply that same day, so on March the 31st, they rescheduled you for a date to be determined. So as of right now, you're scheduled for April 17th with a rescheduled date to be determined with an execution date of April 30th. Amos Wells, you were denied at the Supreme Court on March the 30th, coming out of the Fifth Circuit. Aurelia Escobar, on March the 20th, the state filed an opposition to your motion to stay the case at the district court. Then on March the 27th, you filed a response to that opposition. Carlos Ayestas, on March the 23rd, you filed a petition for rehearing en banc at the Fifth Circuit. An amicus curiae brief was filed by the federal procedure professors on April 1st at the Fifth Circuit. Jerry Elders, the CCA will hold oral arguments in your case on April 15th. Gerald Marshall, on March the 24th, the Fifth Circuit extended the state's deadline to file a reply to your motion for a COA, and that is to May the 1st. Facundo Chavez, on March the 24th, you filed a post-submission brief at the CCA. DeMontrell Miller, the Fifth Circuit granted your motion to extend time to reply on March the 25th. And Mr. Willie Washington, I got a lot for you. On March the 30th, Judge Hanks granted in part and denied in part your third amended petition at the district court. He granted your claim that your trial counsel was ineffective in failing to raise a Batson challenge. A certificate of appealability is granted on your claim that you received ineffective assistance of counsel in the punishment phase of your trial. He went on to say the state shall release you from custody unless within 13 days of this order the state moves to grant you a new trial. Of course, the portion of the order requiring you to be released from custody is stayed pending the completion of all appeals from that court up to and including an appeal to the Supreme Court. That was a lot, and I've been getting messages all day about your information, so I'm glad I had it this evening. Roderick Harris, on March the 31st, the Fifth Circuit denied your motion for a COA. Tyrone Cade, your second amended petition at the district court was denied with prejudice, and your request for a COA is denied by Judge Fish on March the 31st. Kimberly Cargill, on April the 1st, you filed a motion for a COA and brief in support at the Fifth Circuit. Edward Busby, on April the 2nd, you filed a motion to reopen your case at the district court, and Judge O'Connor ordered the state to respond no later than April the 10th. And as a reminder, I do not check trial court updates, but if you would like me to check yours, just let me know. If possible, I sure will. Some of the smaller counties do not provide that information online, so I can't do that, but I can do the larger counties. And another reminder, we are just not attorneys. We're not. I'm just reading stuff that they are very loud in the other room. I apologize. Anyway, they're still going. They're just. All right, so that's what I have this evening. I think it is awesome that the Italian Coalition went on right before me, so we can. Is there a bug in here?
Yes, there's something.
There's something flying in here. I have all kind of things going on. Flying stuff, David.
It's not easy.
No, it's not. Y'all think this is easy. It's just not. But anyway, I know we had a lot of information for y'all this evening. I know the lawsuit information has been, and I know we have more in the upcoming weeks, so stay tuned. Do not forget. Do not tell your people. Oh, my God. We both had it flying at us. April the, now I'm lost. April the 16th, I believe.
The summit, April 16th?
No, that's May 16th.
Oh, May 16th. I'm the wrong month. Dang.
Yeah, you're the wrong event.
Let me shut up. Go back on the phone.
Yeah, thank you. April the 16th, is the board meeting over in Georgetown or Austin. That board meeting is imperative for people who want to speak up about the conditions, about anything regarding your loved ones, your friends, anyone. Make sure you attend that meeting. Now, the board meeting is the 16th and 17th. However, public comments are on the 16th. So make sure, and I have this verified, they are on the 16th. So make sure you tell your loved ones, or if you're listening to us right now on Facebook or YouTube, make sure that y'all y'all make sure you show up. We will be there. The prison show will have representatives there. I always wear my prison show shirt, and I'm always there. We are always there.
And then Brittany will be here on the 17th.
Brittany, that's what I was coming to. David. Brittany will be here on the 17th. Woohoo! Yes, we are excited about Brittany being here. So we look forward to that. We look forward to everyone when they come. We've had a lot of great people in the studio lately, including the Italian Coalition, whom we just adore. So, David, you got some break songs for us?
Maybe.
Maybe if you shut up long.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Guess which one I'm playing?
I don't know. Which one?
What segment just ended?
Death Row.
Yeah. This one's for the women who walk the hardest road. Linda, Dani, the Death Row Angels. Listen. Behind the fences, razor wire in fear. They show up steady year after year. No fame, no cameras, no big parade. Just letters, visits, prayers they made. They talk to souls the world forgot, bringing peace to a place where mercy's not. You can feel their strength when the night grows cold. 2 hearts of fire, 2 hearts of gold.
Death row angels, walking through pain, turning tears into hope, like sunlight through rain. Linda and Dani, you carry that flame, standing for love when the world points blame.
Yeah, families driving miles with no rest. You meet them halfway, give them your best. Holding hands when goodbye's near. You face that darkness, killing the fear. You don't judge, you listen, you care. You remind the lost that someone's there. In the shadow with a needle under steel and stone. You prove compassion can't stand alone.
Death row angels, walking through pain, turning tears into hope, like sunlight through rain. Linda and Dani, you carry that flame, standing for love when the world points blame.
Yeah, they don't do it for applause. They do it cause it's right. They show up in the silence, keep showing up every night. When justice turns its back, they stay. When the system says no, they find a way. Yeah. So here's to the letters, the miles to fight, to the long nights spent keeping candles alight. You remind us all what it means to live, that forgiveness is power and love's what we give. Texas heat, cold cells, no rest, no glory. But Linda and Dani keep changing the story, yeah.
2 angels,
1 mission,
hearts unbreakable,
unshaken.
Death row angels,
the real ones. Respect. Respect.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
All right. Are we back on?
I can hear you.
I don't see a light, so I'm having issues.
I can't fix the light. I'm not sure.
What?
You got a lighter? I'll catch it on fire over here.
You were trying to fix it. I thought you fixed it, man. All right. Let's get to Jason on line 1. Hey, Jason.
Well, hello, Prison Show. I have a long list tonight, but I want to go over a few things that I've been going through since I'm a parolee, since I'm on parole, right? There are a lot of strict things that we go through and a lot of red tape that we go through that parole require us to go through to even try to go to a job interview or get a job. We have to go through all this red tape to even get to where we need to go. And this is how hard it is for parolees. And I think, you know, I'm in Beaumont, so I think everybody should know when they get on parole what to expect when they get on parole. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with my shout-out list. And it gets bigger every weekend, Dani, every weekend.
Good.
So, I mean, it's, you know, I've still gone through a lot of changes, still going through a lot. I've been out for over a month, so it's still a process, you know. So my first one is going to be El Jahara, and he's on the Robertson unit. Shabazz Ismail, he's in Texas. I don't know what unit. Nico, he's on the Robertson unit. Joseph Wernley, I do not know what unit you're on. Little J on the All Red unit. Hey, Little J. My best friend and my partner, Paul, he's in a parole status in Odessa. Jonas, or a.k.a. Lakewood. Hey, Lakewood, I haven't forgotten about you. Little Dre on the Robertson unit. Hey, Little Dre. Jeremy on the Robertson unit. Alexis on the Robertson unit. Deveridge on the Robertson unit. Cody Hill, I think you got released. King Yon Caldwell, I think you got released. Rodney on the Robertson unit. A.K.A. Peaches on the Bill Clemens unit. I think also Peaches got released, but I don't know. Joe on the Michael Trustee camp. Victor on the Michael Trustee camp. Billy on the Robertson unit. Robert on the Michael Trustee camp. Christopher on the Robertson unit. My nephew Logan on the Bird unit. Rod on the Trustee camp on Michael unit. Special shout out for Diamond for Ali in Harris County jail. Special shout out for Gadget for our sisterhood on the Skyview unit for Lynn. Special shout out for Angela in the Jefferson County Corrections. Message is, keep your head up. I love you. I'll see you soon. Special shout out for Norman on the Wainwright unit. And a special shout out for the Charles Smith unit. Charles Smith was in a very terrible accident, and he passed away. I think it was a couple weeks ago. He was also here on the facility with me, and it's a tragic, but I think his family should know that he had passed away, and it was a tragedy. And you know, I think everybody on the prison show, Miss Dani, Madam Linda, and David, y'all all have touched my life in ways that I can't express. Every day I think about the prison show. And I want to give a big, big thank you to the Prison Show for making this happen.
Thank you so much, Jason. We appreciate you, and we hope that you have a great weekend.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
He sounds kind of like Caitlin, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Very sweet. Very sweet. So you want to do the next? Pick one.
Sure. Hey, Alice. Thanks for staying online.
Hi,
Thanks for joining us.
I don't know if you can hear me. I just wanted to send a quick shout out to Rudy on the Polanski unit. I hope you're doing well and you are not too tired and you could properly rest and you're not feeling better. I wanted to say a big thank you for letting me complain all the time. I'm not going to complain this time. I am going to stay positive like you. I don't know if you can hear me because my network is very, very crappy here. This weekend we are just going to be at the grandparents for Easter and we are not going to do much. Thank you. Take care of yourself. I will write you soon. Good weekend and good night, everyone.
Good night, Alice. Have a great weekend.
Okay, Bobby, tell me what's going on.
Yes. I want to wish everybody a happy Easter, and I want to give a shout-out to my son, Bo, on the Estelle unit. And for him to keep his head up, somebody's going to hear his story one day, and he will come home. And I love him very much, and thanks to the Prison Show. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you. Happy Easter.
Okay, we have John from Prison Nation.
Hey, John, talk to us.
As soon as David gets...
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you now. Thanks, John.
Okay. All right, well, I'm glad that I'm able to get through tonight. I tuned in last week, but I had a long day and I fell asleep and I crashed. But fortunately, I was able to catch the show, and still, there's a lot of things that were discussed in the show that I really felt connected to, and so I just want to express my thanks to the Prison Show, all the hosts and people that come in, and I'll keep it short tonight. And just give a shout out to everyone who is listening across the nation, across the prison nation, and in particular for some of the people that I communicate with in the MDOC and the ODRC, which is Michigan and Ohio. You know what? In Michigan, right now, the governor, Whitmer, she has announced a safety initiative, and this is on the heels of there being a committee hearing about the conditions at the Huron Valley Women's Facility in Michigan, where they got black mold and the women. They can't go to the pill line. They can't get their meds because they don't have wheelchairs. They got black mold growing out of the air. They have asbestos. They got, so finally they had a hearing, and then like all the senator people on the thing said, oh, well, we got to make a, look into this as if they never heard about it before. And then the governor came out with this safety initiative. All the COs are like opposed to it. They think, well, we should get more staffing, we should get more pay, and we should get our pensions. And I go head to head with them and remind them about how the fact is that, you're getting paid little to, you're getting paid a lot to do little or nothing as it is, because all the people that you have them on virtually 24-hour lockdown in max joints. It doesn't matter if you call them a minimum security or whatever you call them. They were built as maximum security prisons. Anyhow, I didn't mean to ramble on, but and then in Ohio, Governor DeWine is on his way out, and we have I can't pronounce his name, but we have a lot of conservatives running to take his place, and they're like campaigning on this just like ridiculous, like lock them up, shoot them, kill them, type of stuff. Anyhow, I digress. So I just wanted to let everyone out there that's listening or hear this know that there are people out here that are trying to advocate and be the voice for you and for others who need help. And I'll leave it at that. I hope everyone has a good night. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Have a great night.
Thanks,
Bye.
John. Thanks for joining us.
All right. How about Adrian? Maybe.
Hey, Joel. It's Adrian, Tyler, Tim, and Jenny, and we're sending you love from Kentucky. We hope everything is well your way, and we just want you to know that we're thinking about you and we're praying for you, and just continue to keep your head up and seek the Lord for guidance. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. We love you, Joel.
And I know Joel. How you doing, Joel? I loved her voice. She's awesome.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right, y'all want to go?
How about Danielle?
Not me.
So this message is for Christopher Sweeney, Christopher James, when he's in trouble. That's his name. I just wanted to do a little shout out and tell you how grateful I am for you, how important you are to me, and how I appreciate more than anything the way that you love me. You're such a good man, and even though we're apart temporarily, I can't wait for you to come home and do life with you. I love you so much, and I miss you every day. I hope you have a wonderful day, baby. I love you. Good night.
That was sweet.
Very sweet. Okay, let's hear from Lori. Lori, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Lori. Hello, Lori. Are you there?
Hello.
Okay, maybe we lost Lori.
Maybe we did. Hey, David, put her on hold and come back to her.
How about Ashley?
Hello?
Hello, Ashley.
Hello.
Tell us what's on your mind.
Yes, I wanted to shout out my son, Keith Mitch Odom II. He is incarcerated at Hodge. I would just like to let him know that God, if everything's in God's hands, I want him to stay strong and keep his faith stronger. Me and his papa are just keeping our faith strong and just wait for the glorious day to meet him at that gate. Because we have faith it's coming.
Well, thank you so much, Ashley.
Yes, ma'am. Happy, blessed Good Friday, and just happy Easter to everybody, and everybody that's missing out without their families. Just know that God knows, God loves us.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank y'all so much. I hope everybody stays blessed.
You too.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
How about Crystal? Crystal, are you there?
Nope.
She is not.
She's not there.
All right.
I was David putting 2 lines on the...
David's an octopus, so, he's trying his best.
He is trying. Hey, Crystal, are you there? David, what are you doing?
Putting them on hold. They're new boots.
New boots.
They never called in before. They hang up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everybody that's called tonight seems to be like it's their first time callers.
So, and we just want to remind people that when you call in, you have to hold.
And I tell them I'm going to put you on hold, but...
Yeah, maybe you should elaborate. I'm going to put you on hold maybe for a few minutes. No, you don't.
5 things.
But we also want to remind people that please do not say the full name with the unit. Cannot do that. Not full name. You can say Johnny over at Polunsky or Johnny Smith in Texas or whatever his nickname is, Octopus at Polunsky. Whatever. Just not the full name and the unit.
I got a message from Tokyo today, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. And Dennis Price actually said, "Hey, I'm over here with Tokyo." And I asked him how his mom was doing and how all the girls were.
How is he doing, Tokyo?
Well, I guess he got transferred. He's no longer on the older unit. He was having a hard time over there. But I think some of the things that they're having a hard time with is statewide. So
probably. I know Linda and I hear about it, statewide issues.
Lots of statewide issues.
Yes, and a lot of it has to do with staff shortages, which a lot of the staff shortages has to do with summer coming and the heat. A lot of it.
Well, there's a lot of other issues, too.
There are, but a lot of it has to do with that and the forced overtime, and because a lot of it's forced. They have to. One poor guy at the Styles unit had worked almost 48 hours.
Wow.
And poor thing, was in the picket sleeping. I mean, of course he was.
And then we got the contraband problems, too.
Yes, contraband problems.
How many people got arrested over at Michael's? 7?
Well, it was 7 non-incarcerated people, civilians, that got arrested by the OIG. And they found 100 cell phones and all kind of other goodies that were being dropped off by drones. Now, if y'all, and 7 people got arrested. 7 people have ruined their life because that's contraband into a facility, a prison. I mean, that's not small potatoes. No.
So is there like a headset or something still on the table? Because it's still whistling. And I know I got the volume cranked up trying to get y'all's voices, but still.
Well, it was on the table, but I flipped it over.
Yeah, but it's still whistling, though. Something's whistling. I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm just so hot. Here, I'm going to put it right here.
Yeah.
There we go. It's off the table now.
That's cool.
That's cool. All right. How about this bug? Put up the list again so they can.
I text you one on your phone.
Well, I was trying to involve.
I know. I'm just trying.
We'll put it.
I think the next one was Eva.
Eva. Let's do Eva.
Hey cutie, how is it going, rap star? Or should I say man with his moments? So I'm a little bit curious, what would you do to get me to sing always remember us this way for you. I guess you better come up with something convincing, but also be careful because you might only get one shot. I guess right now I'm about 90% unconvinced and 10% curious. So I don't know if that's a good starting position for you. But I've heard some very interesting rumors that somebody has been practicing a bit. But hey, I mean, this could be just fake news, right? So yesterday I got an email about another job interview in about 2 weeks. They said it'll take about an hour, so I'm really wondering right now what on earth we're supposed to talk about for a full 60 minutes. I hope they at least offer some nice snacks. We can dream, right? So yeah, the company is called Second Home Youth Welfare. So I guess I'll be busy preparing for my interview, and you might be busy figuring out how to earn that song. Let's see who does better. What do you think? Anyway, Daddy, I want you to have a great weekend, and know that I'm always there for you. Be good, Trey. Bye, Daddy.
Okay, yeah, that was not over here. That's squealing. All right, did you want to leave a shout out? Make sure you get up on the mic and talk loud.
Okay. I want to give my shout out to Tyrone. I want to tell you that I love you, I miss you, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And hugs and kisses from Italian Smile.
Oh, you see the big old kiss. That's it. Yeah, that's where it's at. That's where it's at.
And I have a shout out from Arianna. Wants to say hi to all his friends, to her friends, and yeah, she cannot be here because she has she's ill, and so she couldn't fly over, but she wants to say hi to everybody. Okay.
Did I meet her?
Yes, last time she was here. Arianna.
Oh, Ariana.
Yeah.
I thought you said Mariana.
No,
I was like,
Ariana. Yeah.
I was like, did I meet her?
Yeah.
And I think Julia wants to leave a shout out too, and she's
using all technology, huh?
You know, you got the mic on there, David. Okay. All right. Now she's
No,
gonna.
I
leave.
didn't know it. I
Yeah.
didn't know it. I honestly did not know that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Is this right?
Yeah. Talk all up there.
Okay. I want to give my shout out to Guillermo or William or Google or Newt or Skittles. You know, he has several nicknames.
Toot Toot. That's what Blaine called him. Toot Toot.
Toot Toot. Okay. And I want you to remember that you're strong. Is this okay?
What the?
Yeah, that wasn't.
Was it me?
No, I don't think it was you.
Okay, so...
If I turn her mic on and my mic is off, it squeals. So I got to turn my mic on and turn the volume down, or turn her volume down and my volume up. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, kind of.
I'll just do it quick. Okay. I just want to remember that I care about you, and you're always in my thoughts. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow so we can take pictures and you can eat your salad. Because all the time we see each other on all of our visits, I always get him the salad because it's healthy.
Because it's healthy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's a tradition we have.
Is that all he eats, just the salad?
No. No, not at all.
I didn't think so.
No?
I've seen him eat. I've seen him eat. Yeah, that's right.
It's a show.
It's a show for sure. And Blaine used to tell me about you eating. Yeah. Okay, let's get to Miss Carmela.
Are we waiting on Carmela?
Good evening, Prison Show. Thank you for taking my call. I'd like to wish everybody inside and outside of the walls blessed Easter weekend and all your loved ones. I'd like to make a shout out to Marcus at the PAC 1 unit. Hi, Marcus. I hope all is going well for you and you're having a good Holy Week, even though you celebrate Easter Orthodox.
so that will be next week. But anyway, I hope you have a good week. Keep your head up. Hope things are progressing for you as you would like. And I hope you're staying cool and dry. Just take care of yourself. Know that you're loved and you're thought about. And you take care. And I hope to hope to talk to you next week. You take care, and you're loved. My next shout out is to Brad at the Garza East in Beeville. I hope he's still there. He seems to be island hopping, quote unquote. I hope that's a good hop. But anyway, hi Brad. I hope this finds you well and safe, and just hope you had a good birthday last week. I'm pretty sure your birthday was last week. If not, I'll have to research it. All my phones have died that have your date on it. But anyway, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're keeping your chin up, keeping your head up, keeping your mouth closed, keeping your feet headed forward. And I hope things are progressing in your case. I hope you're cool and safe, and you take care. We got a little bit of rain today, I think, but we're supposed to have a lot this weekend, especially on Sunday. So you have a blessed Easter day, and just know that you're loved and thought about. I think about you daily, and I love you daily. You take care, and I hope to talk to you next week. Have a blessed Easter. Thank you, Prison Show. Everybody be safe going home tonight on the road, and everybody have a blessed Easter weekend. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
All right, Eva Maria.
Good evening, everybody. This is Eva Maria from Germany. It is still 2 days before Easter, but I would like to say already, death doesn't have the last word. I pray for you, whether you're under lockdown or not, and I wish you a spark of hope in the midst of everything that is there around you. Again, death doesn't have the last word. Good night, Eva Maria.
Yeah.
How about Kiki?
This is for Rodney at the Plensky unit. Hey Rodney, it's Kiki. It's Friday morning, or I should say Friday afternoon, 12:20 my time. Just waiting for you to call me. Hope you're doing okay, staying strong and well. I'm always thinking of you and loving you. And staying prayed up. Love you, Rodney. I will talk to you shortly. And have a great week and weekend, everybody. Linda, Danny, and David. I will speak to you guys next week. God bless you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you, Rodney.
More kisses, man. Kisses. And you know, Carmela brought up a good point. Keep your mouth shut. Because a lot of y'all have that issue. Yeah.
You talking to me?
Usually, yeah. Usually there, David. How about Mr. Buddy?
Oh, it's not Buddy, it's Freddie.
Freddie. Why you typed that? David did that to me on purpose.
It's my fault. I thought he said Buddy.
It's David's buddy.
It's been a while since I called. Let me do a shout out to
my buddy
at the Wallace Pack unit, and everybody there, Terry, everybody, man. Hope y'all doing good up there. What can I say, man? Just keep your head up and keep moving forward, man. I just been a little under the weather, a little sick. Haven't been able to work in a while. Got involved in a little altercation, but I'm gonna be all right. All right, David, that's about it.
Take care, Freddie. Sorry about misspelling your name.
Well, no problem, man. Same thing.
Well, I'm multitasking. They're all laughing at me, but.
All right, let's.
Happy go. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, say whatever you like to say.
So you're still not working?
No, man. I'm gonna have to go through surgery. I got several compressed nerves on my neck and on my back.
Yeah. What? Do they have a clue when you're going to go through surgery?
Tuesday they're gonna try some injections. They injected my head Tuesday, man, but it didn't take away my headache. So they're gonna try to inject my neck, and then in 2 weeks they're gonna inject my back. But the doctor told me he didn't think it was gonna work. So they're planning on surgery. I just don't know when.
Do you get things straight with your company?
Yeah, everything's straight, but I mean, I can't work.
Yeah, so you're getting disability or workers' comp or anything?
Yeah, I'm getting workers' comp.
All right, well.
But it hasn't started yet, but it will be starting here pretty soon.
Well, I remember last time you was on the air, it seemed like you were having issues with them. They thought it was your fault, the accident or whatever.
Yeah, I had to hire an attorney. They were acting kind of rough, so I hired an attorney. And he got the camera, and they accepted responsibility. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault at all. So they accepted responsibility, and I just got to get out of this pain, man, and get back to going.
Yeah, well, most of them trucking companies, they'll try and blame somebody else quick.
Yeah.
So.
But once they pulled out my dash cam, and they saw exactly, hey, it wasn't my fault. I mean, I had my flashers on and everything, and I was backing up properly, and they just went through it and caught me, man. And they had a load of cars. So they hit me real solid now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, keep us in touch. Let us know what's going on, brother.
I will.
All right.
All right, I guess our last one is Mike. Let's hear what Mike has to say.
Too much. It's mysterious, Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the Historic Prison Show on the Mighty 90 KPFT. Here's my shout-outs to Ghyas, Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppets, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Shout-out for Matt Thomas, Edward Rees, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Aaron Vasquez. Shout-out for Haas. Shout-out for Keith Money. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Oz. Shout-out for Curtis Robertson. Shout-out for Jesse Cortez. Shout-out for Raymond Lee Hart. Special shout-out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. And I'd like to wish everybody happy Good Friday, Holy Saturday, and happy Easter. And you can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in the care of David Collingsworth, and I'll write you back. And I hope everybody enjoys the Easter weekend. And remember to donate to the Mighty 90 KPFT and the Historic Prison Show. Adios.
All right. Y'all, please write to Mysterious Mike so he can have some more names. It's been the same people since how long, David? 19?
Pretty long time, yeah.
I think he started in 1985.
He says that, but in all actuality, I think it was more like 2014 or 15. It wasn't. I didn't know him before then, and I've been around since 2004. I didn't know him until like 2014 or 2015.
Well, y'all please write to him.
So I don't know. Maybe Ray knew him.
Y'all, he needs some more people writing to him. So write to him at 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, Texas 773-7. I went blank. 77371. Is it one?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just put Shepherd America.
Shepherd America. That's right. If you put that, he'll get it.
Hey, we get mail from KPFT and everything else, and it's not even.
The mailman sees.
It's just weird.
The prison show, and they automatically send it to David's
We've
house.
gotten some for Skylar Dawn that was addressed here to KPFT.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they get KPFT out at the prison show, but
They do. They must Google it.
Are they listening?
Or they? Oh, maybe they let. Hey. Hey, y'all. Ooh, Lord. Okay. Well,
you got shout outs?
I've got shout outs. Do you have shout outs, Paul?
I do not have shout outs.
You do not. I do not. Okay. Yes, because I haven't done mine in a while, and I wish I had your shout outs, Linda, but I know Linda would want all of her friends, everyone, and even people who don't know her. She would want y'all to know Happy Easter. That's what she would want you to know. So, let me see. Am I looking at my right? Yes. Okay, so big shout out to Bo over at the Styles Unit. Farron. Hey, Farron, my bestie. Hey, bestie. T and Big Head. Hey, Big Head, I haven't heard from you. I hope you're okay. Sebastian Vargas. Kelsey Young. Hey, Kelsey. Randy Halprin. Larry at the Huntsville Unit. Missed your call. Hope you call back soon. Britt Rapowski. I think your cousin was on our video a little while ago. Troy Glover. Hey, Troy, I got your message. I'm going to answer it. So be on the lookout. Greg Bryant. Travis Fletcher. Hey, Travis. Eddie at the Wainwright Unit. Brandon. Hey, Brandon. Joel. I think I told you, hey, Joel. Hey, Joel, over at the Hughes Unit. Beautiful voice she had. Jay and Chucky over at the Wynn Unit. Leroy. Haven't heard from you, Leroy. Drop me a line. Brian Rogers. Jeff Pribble. Big Will. Hey, Big Will. Rexalicious. Hey, Rexalicious. And CJ. And I meant to talk to you about this earlier, David. If anyone knows Melvin Mobley, a.k.a. Cyrus the Virus, if y'all are familiar with him, please drop me a line if you have my information, or write to the prison show, okay? Please do that for us. Thank you. And do you want to introduce
Cowboy David?
No.
No, who? Oh, Charlie. I thought you were pointing at him.
I'm usually pointing at David doing that, but...
Hello, Charlie.
Well, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Sitting here
What about
watching you guys. So, how y'all doing tonight?
We're fine.
Yeah, doing great.
Good. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. We've been in trial all week on the air conditioning, and the defense rested yesterday, and the plaintiffs rested yesterday, and the defendants are picking up their side of the fence. But the important thing that I wanted to call in is April 15th kicks off the air conditioning, the heat season, the excessive heat season. Mm-hmm. And I cannot stress enough to everybody how much you guys doing your job to pay attention to 80-1064. Staying hydrated. If you're not getting your respite, grievance. If you guys do not have grievances, access to grievances, let me know at Texas Cure. And get a hold of me through your family members, write us directly, and I will make sure risk management makes sure that your unit has grievances. And pay attention to all of the procedures and everything that needs to get taken place for the stuff that you need to do. If you're having any kind of symptoms, whatever, get to medical. If you guys have family members and you don't have current HIPAAs, get current HIPAAs with your family members. And those are the big things right now, because that is a big bone of contention. The grievances and identifying where the problems are. So we need to make sure that everybody understands that, you know, at 26 years old, you can die of heat exhaustion just as well as anybody that's older and got a medical condition. So you can be perfectly fit, go out in the yard, and fall out with heat exhaustion. So it's extremely important to stay hydrated and make sure that you get access to respite if you need it, and make sure that if you don't, that you start exhausting remedy all the way through the process. And I highly recommend to everybody to make 3 copies of everything official, your I-60s, your grievances. One is your original, one send home to your family, to your attorney of record, or you can send to us at Texas Care, and one keep as proof that you wrote it. We know that they try to tear things up, but also keep a diary, a daily diary, so that way one of the arguments was the ability to demonstrate that they tried to exhaust remedy and were not allowed to. And so the argument was, well, you failed to exhaust remedy. Well, no, they kept a diary, and the fact that they had a diary, they had the date and the time and when they did submit their grievances. And so that it was an ongoing diary really helped save the day in that particular case. So these things are extremely important, and I wanted to get it out to everybody. And for those of you that are in Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Corpus, Austin, Texas Cure, we now have regional directors, and we're going to be doing monthly meetings for the families, which throughout the course of the excessive heat season, we will be keeping everybody appraised on what's going on. Have your families check it out on our website for the dates and times for those particular meetings for those particular areas. Anyway, just wanted to pass this on to everybody and tell you guys Happy Easter.
Thank you. Thank you, Charlie. Happy Easter to you, too.
Thank you. Y'all be blessed.
You too. All right. I think the heat directive is on your tablets. I believe it is. If it's not, it should be or will be fairly quickly. TDC is rolling out their video on YouTube and posting it on their social media, speaking with officers about the heat issue in TDC prison. Oh, I was like, where's he going? There's no one in there. There's no one manning the ship. We can say anything we want. Woohoo! Anyway, you know, I was curious because they, at every board meeting, at every summit that I've been to lately, they've been saying that they were going to be putting the grievances, the I-60s, commissary, everything like that on the tablets. Of course, they said it's excruciating man hours to put those on the tablets. But, you know, like I remind them at every single event that they hold, grievances, especially I-60s. I-60s go missing all the time, especially from some units. Yeah, which is one thing that we will be talking about again at this next board meeting. But like Charlie said, you know, the diary of when you send a grievance or when you send an I-60 is pretty imperative, and it's shown here in this lawsuit that's going on. So make sure, and if you can make copies, definitely do that. Send it to your family. If you do not have an attorney on record, just find one. Just find one. I know that's impossible. But just make sure that you have copies. Make sure your family has copies. And the HIPAA form. Charlie brought up another great point on the HIPAA form. If you haven't updated your form, they will go through, even though it only lasts for 2 years, but if they only have one form from 10 years ago, they're going to look at that form and call people if something happens to you. In great examples, Linda and I have both gotten similar instances. So just make sure you update your forms every 2 years. Keep that in your diary. Make sure you know the date, and make sure you put your family on it. Make sure, because no one can help you if you don't. Just remember that. Hey, David, do you want to do shout out?
Maybe.
I can keep going, man.
Yeah, well, did I miss it? But I'm going to ask you anyway. How often do they have to fill out a new HIPAA form?
Every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
Yeah, so it's best if they keep the date that they did it, or make sure you have an annoying family member or friend like I am that will remind you, hey, when did you do it? Mm-hmm. Poke, 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 Farron, when did you do it?
Well, I've been keeping this secret, but Linda's not the only one that gets foot poems sent to her.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, I sent it to you. I just sent it to you a while ago. It's kind of funny, but not really. So,
is it?
It says, God knows I've never seen David's naked toes. Are they wearing bows and bells and little rings? Or other kinds of kinky things? I don't know if they're painted like red or blue, or if they're stinky like you know who's.
Oh, I just can't with this.
Yeah. So that's from your greatest fan.
Oh, dear God. You know, I'm not sure how many times I can say dear God tonight, but
And then I got a text from somebody the other day, and they were kind of flirting, and they wanted me to sext them back, and I'm like, you know, I'm a married man.
David.
They said that if I wanted to do it on the download, they'd keep it a secret. And Dee Dee was sitting right there. We were answering the text back and forth, and it was kind of funny, but not really, you know. I just wanted to make an announcement that, you know, I don't mind texting every now and then. I send messages back and forth, whether you're North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, California, whatever. I mean, I don't do snail mail. I don't do sexting. My feet probably do stink.
I don't want to find out.
I mean, I wear boots. I ride a Harley. I walk a lot of miles.
Just keep the shoes on.
I try and keep them clean the best I can, but, you know.
Oh, that doesn't bode well.
There's no rings, and they're not painted red or blue. Nothing kinky. Just stinky old feet.
You know, I never thought that the prison show would have this ongoing theme of feet poems.
Somebody likes feet. I guess a lot of people like feet.
I guess so. I have yet to get one about my feet, though.
I know.
I mean, Linda and I put our feet up on this thing one time. Linda said she was sore for like a week.
And then they had to target me, and I'm in here minding my own business.
Not showing his feet, and here comes
here we go
painted red or blue.
Maybe
I don't know. I want to know. And you were sexting, or you were trying?
I sent it to you. No, I wasn't trying. You could read what I sent you the whole thing. They just made the offer.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that. Ooh.
But
hey, Daddy.
Yeah, they call me Daddy. Hey, Daddy.
Oh.
I told him, I'll send you a shout out every now and then. I'll send you a text. You know, I mean, I just keep it real.
Well, now you know he's got some stinky feet, probably.
Got some stinky feet? No. Let's see. I shout out to Eric Hensley, Vincent Jensen, Michael Perez, Zachariah Areola, Derek MacArthur, Marcus Maltos, Ashley Bradshaw, Donnie Allison, Gypsy Allman, Coney Theed, Lionel Rogers, Ronald Poole. See, I just got another message from Eric Hensley. I don't know if he's listening to us live or not. Daniel Lipscomb, DeMichael Allen, Robert T. Lusty, John Thomas, Gary Followay, Jimmy MacArthur, Brian Stewart, Travis McFadden, Travis Fletcher. I got your message today, and I told everybody about Adovo. I don't know what's up. I'll send them a message. But for some reason, if you put in the search bar the prison show video or the prison show audio or the prison show podcast, whatever, it doesn't bring up our categories. But whenever you put in the prison show, it brings up a whole bunch of our videos and our audios. They're all mixed up together. But if you want to listen to a video, you want to watch a video, click on any of the videos, and at the bottom left-hand corner, it says to view the series. And that way you can go to the series and get the latest and the greatest. It's just a pain in the butt, and I'm sure it's just they had some kind of update like my iPad did earlier. Well, those things, you know, they try and get rid of bugs, but I think they create bugs.
Yeah, they do.
Charles Thompson, Eric DeBro, Andre Moore, James McElreath, Terry Taylor, Nathaniel Lewis, Robert Tatum, this is Kyle Boner, Sergio Shaw, Devontae Harris, Marquise Wing, Justin Stolick, Ralph McLean. Let's go to Texas. Now my phone's thinking about it. Isn't that funny?
It's probably still on the last message.
Yeah. Well, he's not the one that sent me the foot poem.
No. Well, no. I know.
Andrew Tenney. Yeah, don't go there.
He wanted to send you something else.
Andrew Tenney, Arian Medina. That's Bill R. Sims. Charles Flores, Cornelius Robinson, 3RD, Dennis Price, and 3RD, I did send your message on over to Tatiana. Douglas Rivera, Jay Van Story, Jeremy Adler, Joe Ramirez, Kenny Morissette, Kenny Travis, Paul Sims, Pete Sines, Roderick Johnson, Rodney Reed, Sharon, Sonny Wilson, Will Spear, and Clinton Young. Clinton, Diamond's, she's been having a rough time. It's her time, and we got her a bunch of medicine. She keeps having an ear infection, too, and it seems like no matter what we do, how much medicine, it just keeps coming back. And I think she's out there rolling in the dirt. That's why it's getting infected. And Sharon, I did get your message today, and we'll write you back. We miss and love you, too. So, what else?
What else?
Yeah.
There's we already talked about the 7 people that were
Yeah, we did.
arrested.
So KPFT had a thing out today about jokes. You got any jokes?
About jokes?
Yeah. Why did the picture go to jail? It was framed.
That is horrible. That is bad.
Da-dum-dum.
Yeah, a big da-dum.
I thought it was funny.
And that was KPFT who did that?
Well, KPFT's got a page out. You know how you make a post or whatever?
Yeah.
And asking everybody for silly jokes. You got to know a silly joke, don't you?
Yeah, but they're not really appropriate to say on the air.
It's the only kind of jokes you know, huh?
Well, no. Well, they're the
best kind, huh?
They are. They're very funny. I can assure you that. And I love sending like the start of
Oh, got one to call it.
Ooh, like the subject line, the start of a joke, and then when they click on it, the body says the punchline. And they're always like, that's really bad, you know that? I'm like, hell yeah, I know that. I know it, that's why I sent it. Why do you think I sent it? Those are the best kind. Yeah. Who's on? Big Bird. Oh, it is Big Bird. Hey, y'all wake up.
Hey.
It's Big Bird.
Hey, beautiful. How you doing?
I am doing marvelous now that you're on the line. I'm so happy to hear from you.
I miss you all so much.
We miss you very much.
So I just wanted to check in and let y'all know I am doing good.
And, people ask me about you, and I always tell them, I chit-chat with her during the week, and, they want to know how you're doing. I say, she appears to be doing good. So now they can hear it for themselves.
Yeah, I want to tell all the guys that I miss them all, and I say a lot of prayers for them. And I will see them all soon.
great. Thank you, Big Bird. I hope you have a great weekend.
Okay, I'd like to see you on the Facebook. I get to see you every week like I used to be able to see you.
Oh, that's true. Hey. We miss you so much.
Okay, I will tell everybody say hi, and I will talk to you next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
She can see you as long as you're not hiding.
I'm trying not to hide.
You got a tendency to lean
I
towards
know,
that
I
long.
do. I'm like leaning over here. Well, you know what? It's my hair. It's huge tonight again.
It's poofy.
It's more than poofy.
Is it because of the humidity or what?
Yes, it is. And my friend Philo, he's bald-headed. And every time I go visit him and it's humid, I sit down and he's like, "Oh, it's humid outside?" Really? Really?
Why don't you wear a cowboy hat? I'm just saying.
Because?
It'd keep your hair from being poofy.
Oh, yeah. And then when I take it off, it'll be flat.
Well, don't take it off. Put your headphones on backwards.
My headphones.
I'm just saying, why would you take your hat off?
Well, Philo's and I gotta go through.
You missed the point.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Dun-dun-dun.
Dun-dun-dun. Yeah. Oh my God, David.
There's only a couple reasons to take your hat off,
There is a couple of reasons. Yeah.
and I don't think it's in the visitation room.
No, it's not.
Yep. All right. Well, look. You know whose birthday it is today?
Whose?
Skylar Dawn.
Skylar Dawn.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Scully.
Happy birthday to you. I can't sing the whole song unless everybody joins me.
Okay, let's do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Skylar Dawn. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Yay.
She's our big fan. She's on it before and after. We
Yeah.
get a Skylar Dawn sandwich.
We do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we do.
Y'all, thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Try and stay dry tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be raining again.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you get released. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. It's And to all the laughers, the man sitting on the road.